In the bustling city of Aurelia, nestled between grand stone buildings and narrow, cobbled streets, lived a man named Dorian. Dorian was well-liked in his community, known for his charm and quick wit. He had a gift for storytelling, weaving words that could comfort, entertain, or persuade. But Dorian also had a flaw. He often bent the truth. To him, lies were tools, a way to smooth over awkward situations or avoid conflict. If a neighbor asked for help, Dorian would claim he was busy, though he had no plans. If a customer at his tailoring shop complained, he'd blame a supplier's delay, even when the fault was his own. He reasoned that such small falsehoods kept life moving smoothly. One day, an elderly woman named Clara visited Dorian's shop. She was a humble seamstress, her hands worn from decades of needlework. She brought with her a bundle of fabric, a family heirloom, and asked Dorian to craft a dress for her granddaughter's wedding. "This fabric is very delicate," she said. "It has been in my family for generations. Please handle it with care." Dorian assured her with a warm smile, "Of course, Clara, you can trust me." But the truth was, Dorian was in a rush to finish a larger order for a wealthy client. He set Clara's fabric aside carelessly, promising himself he'd get to it later. Days passed, and in his haste, he accidentally ruined the fragile material. When Clara returned, her face full of hope, Dorian lied. "I'm so sorry, Clara," he said, feigning regret. "The fabric arrived damaged. There was nothing I could do." Clara's face fell, but she didn't argue. She simply nodded, took the ruined fabric, and left. Weeks later, a new customer came to Dorian's shop, a young woman named Lila, Clara's granddaughter. She didn't know Dorian had worked with her grandmother. As they chatted, Lila revealed that Clara had passed away suddenly, her health deteriorating after she'd spent days lamenting the loss of the fabric. "She blamed herself," Lila said softly. "She thought she'd been careless with something so precious." Dorian felt a pang of guilt, but he dismissed it. "It wasn't my fault," he muttered to himself. "I only wanted to spare her feelings." But the incident stayed with him. Over time, Dorian noticed a shift in his life. Customers became less frequent, friends grew distant. When he sought advice from his closest friend, Marcus, the man spoke plainly. "People trust you, Dorian, but trust is fragile. They sense when your words don't match your actions. Small lies grow into heavy doubts." Dorian, startled, began to reflect on his past actions. He realized his lies had been like pebbles dropped in a pond, creating ripples that disturbed the still waters of others' lives. Clara's death weighed on him most heavily of all. Determined to change, Dorian set out to make amends. He started by visiting Lila, confessing the truth about the fabric. "I was careless," he admitted. "I lied to your grandmother because I didn't want her to be upset. But my lie caused greater harm, and I am deeply sorry." Lila was silent for a long moment, then nodded. "It hurt to hear, but the truth matters. Thank you for telling me." Word spread of Dorian's efforts to right his wrongs. Slowly, customers returned, drawn not by his charm but by his newfound honesty. He stopped making excuses and began taking responsibility, even when it was uncomfortable. Years later, when asked what had changed, Dorian would say, "I learned that lies are not shields, they are burdens. Speaking the truth is harder, but it's the only way to lighten the load we all carry." Thank you for watching. What did you think of this story about the power of honesty? Have you ever experienced a moment where telling the truth made a big difference? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's learn some interesting words from this story. Integrity, meaning being honest. Example: integrity builds trust. Consequences, meaning results of actions. Example, lies have consequences. Reputation, meaning how others see you. Example, honesty boosts reputation. Deception, meaning misleading others. Example, deception breaks trust. Remorse, meaning deep regret. Example, he felt remorse for lying. Resolve, meaning firm decision. Example, she resolved to tell the truth. Honesty, meaning being truthful. Example, honesty earns respect. Confession, meaning admitting the truth. Example, his confession surprised them. Regret, meaning feeling sorry. Example, he regretted his lie. Trust meaning, confidence and honesty. Example, trust is easily broken. Subscribe to Fairy Tale Spell for more stories that inspire growth, mindfulness, and self-discovery. Let's create a world where everyone learns to celebrate their own light.